AskReddit. What's the most ridiculous reason for which you've been dumped? I wish I still had the text. Long story short, she was mad I didn't grab her ass in public on our first date. Shared this before here, but this has and will always take the cake for me. College girlfriend's dad won $1 million in the state lottery over winter break. Broke up with me over the phone, telling me now that I'm rich, I can't afford to date regular people like you. That's really the only thing wrong, you're just regular. We have to break up. I mean, we can't even get married, you're allergic to fish. She chose the occasional tuna sandwich over me. I laughed and still tell the story, so I guess it's a win. She found out the truck I was driving was owned by my mom. Guess it was a dump truck. Not me, but one of my friends who's a senior in high school got dumped by her boyfriend who she dated for almost 2 years. He dumped her because he didn't want to go to the school dance. A few days later he texted her to tell her that he wanted to get back together, but she declined. He could have just told her that he didn't want to go and still be with her, or just go to the stupid dance. When I was 12 we played spin the bottle and I made a kissy moi sound before we kissed. An hour later she sent her best friend to my soccer game to break up with me. I'm not ready for a relationship. I thought it was a bad time to bring that up, since we were engaged and had been together for almost 2 years. Edit. Almost 9k fake internet points may be the best thing I've ever gotten out of a breakup. Guess it all works out in the end 16 years after the fact. Some good has come out of this. My first girlfriend told me once that I loved my dog more than her. I said that I did, and she didn't talk to me for a week, which at the time felt like an eternity. We ended up getting back together for another month. She broke up with me because she found these guys at the flea market who were hitting on her, gave them my number, and they called to fight for her. I said no, because I wouldn't drop the restraining order on him. Apparently me calling the police on him to get him out of my house, putting a restraining order on him because he was trying to kill me, and then calling the police on him when he broke the restraining order didn't mean we broke up. It took standing in front of a judge to extend my restraining order for him to tell me, whatever bitch, it's over. Because I guess I was just joking with everything else. A disagreement about whether a milkshake was ice cream. It was winter, 2 AM, I'm driving her home. We are talking, having a good time, things are great. She says she wants some ice cream. Where in the hell am I going to get that in this season at this time of night? So I stop in a fast food place and order a milkshake, the closest I figured they had, and she gives me a dumb look. Our conversation goes something like this. That's not ice cream. It's the closest I can get you right now. You don't want it? No, I want ice cream. That's not ice cream. Alright then, no worries, I'll take you home. I'm not even sure why you tried to get a milkshake. Do you not understand what ice cream is? It has ice cream in it. Just a little extra milk, too. No, it's not ice cream. Why would you do that? It's no big deal. Sorry it didn't work out. Let's change the subject. Oh my god, you always do this. Anytime you're wrong, you refuse to talk about it. The conversation escalated. She refused to drop it, no matter how much I insisted it wasn't a big deal. And when I finally got to her dorm, she hopped out of the car, slammed my door, and blocked me on social media. Haven't spoken to her since. We had a similar fight about whether maroon was red earlier in the relationship, but somehow we managed to recover from that one. I was dating a guy whose parents didn't like me. It was a long distance relationship, and so we mostly chatted online, but also made occasional phone calls. So we were talking on the phone, and at one point I said, you shouldn't have to choose between me and your parents. The conversation continued. We decided to break up. We stayed friends. Something like 10 years later, we were talking online when the subject of our breakup came up. Turns out he thought I had said, you should have to choose between me and your parents, and decided that he wasn't going to do that. I would never give someone that kind of ultimatum. That would be ridiculous. It blew my mind that a single misheard word caused us to break up, and we didn't realize it for 10 years. Not dumped, but shut down. I asked her out, and she sort of freaked. Like, on a date? A date? Oh shit, I want to say yes, but I can't. Every time I've dated a guy I liked we ended up hating each other. But I want to, but I can't. So, I know. You're my gay friend. I can't date you, because you're gay. Awesome. I have a gay friend now. Oh shit, I'm late for class. Bye. I was like what the fuck just happened? The other people of our social group were similarly confused. Dump might be extreme, but on a first date, girl asked me to go buy her popcorn literally as the movie started, so I did. Whispered as I was getting up, "You want butter on that?" Brought it back and she says, "Is there butter on this?" I said, "Yes." I asked and you said yeah and she said, "No." I specifically said, "No." I thought she was joking or something. It was like a Seinfeld bit. So I said, "Well, maybe this just isn't going to work out." And she said, "I think you're right. Thanks for nothing." And fucking left. But she took my popcorn. She should have thanked me for fucking that. On the surface, it sounded okay. My GF and I were kinda fizzling out. But when she dumped me, she said it was because I was not religious enough. She wanted to go to church every Sunday and for major religious holidays. I was okay with her going, but I was conflicted about religion at the time, so I didn't want to go. So that is what she said when she dumped me. Seems like a decent reason. What made it ridiculous is that about 6 months later, she was dating the president of the college atheist group. This happened when I was 21, and the girl was 22. She was Hispanic, and I'm white. We were in the phase before a relationship, so I guess we were seeing each other. Anyways, we got along great, and to this day, I still think she is just an amazing person with a heart of gold. We were out to eat one night at Applebee's, and the conversation of food came up. We discussed our favorite foods, what we didn't like, etc. She mentioned something about trying new things, specifically things like Rocky Mountain oysters, bull testicles, frog legs, etc. I'm a relatively picky eater, admittedly, so I told her I didn't think that I could try any of those things. The rest of the night went on just fine, and I didn't think anything of it. A couple nights later, when I was talking to her on the phone, she said she didn't think we should see each other anymore because she believed that I'm prejudiced against other people's cultures because I won't try any of their traditional foods. I was kind of blown away, but she had already made her mind up, so I wasn't going to stop her. I still keep in touch with her from time to time, even though she now lives 3,000 miles away.